माय लॉर्ड, मेरा इलेक्शन पिटीशन लगभग 29 या 30 पेज का है। पूरे इलेक्शन पिटीशन का सारांश, सिनॉप्सिस, जस्ट इन नटशेल में 2-3 मिनट में आपको सुनाने की इजाजत चाहता हूं। कृपया मुझे इजाजत दीजिए। माय लॉर्ड, the election of the returned candidate has been questioned on two grounds specified. Firstly, in subsection 1 of section 101, and secondly, in subsection 4 of section 101D of the RP Act 1951, my lord. These are the two grounds which grounds are there in the Act. Your Lordship may be pleased to have a look of this. So no problem. Now, firstly, the returned candidate has claimed in his nomination paper, impugned annexation number 1, that he has been set up as a candidate for election to fill this seat by Bharatiya Janata Party, which is a recognized national party. ये हुजूर उनके नामांकन पेपर में उनका declaration है on oath. Whereas such a person is not qualified to be chosen to fill this seat under the limitations enacted in Article 173 of the Constitution, read with Section 32, 79B and D of this RP Act, attracting subsection A of Section 101 thereunder, rendering the election of the returned candidate liable to be declared to be void thereunder, my lord. And this has been settled by a constitution bench of Supreme Court in the landmark election case of Durga Shankar Mehta versus Thakur Raghuraj Singh, AIR 1954, Supreme Court, 520, para 8, my lords. That is the first ground. Now, second ground. There is an element of non-compliance with the provisions of Article 173, 14, 19, 1A, 19.4 and 21 of the Constitution, and also of Section 15, 31, 32, 36 2A, 79B and D of this Act, attracting subsection 4 of Section 101D, which is held as a residuary clause wide open to tackle matters not even provided for in this Act, which has materially affected the purity of election and has jeopardized the electoral right of the electorate, damaging the democracy envisaged, which has rendered the election of the returned candidate liable to be declared to be void thereunder, my lord. That's the second point. Now, thirdly, I have also raised the issue of virus of the nomination paper form 2B annexation number 1, along with the first proviso to subsection 1 of section 33 of this Act inter alia, claiming adjudication. Fourthly, my lords, there is an element of undue influence at the electoral right, referring to section 79D and section 123 subsection 2 of this Act, in the sense that the said BJP has prompted the returned candidate to stand as a candidate for election, whereas to stand or not to stand as a candidate is the electoral right is statutorily defined, inherent to every individual person, wide section 79A of this Act, which is well settled by Supreme Court in the case of N.T. Veluswamy Thevar versus D. Raja Nainar, AIR 1959, Supreme Court, 422, para 9. That is to say that a person as defined has full right to be candidate or not to be candidate for election as a legislature, which is only subject to the limitations enacted in Article 84, 102, 173 and 191 whichever is applicable. This is, in nutshell, my election petition, and your lordship may now be pleased to have a perusal of my pleadings in my election petition. So that's all, my lords. That's all.